Hey, what's up, y'all? Deyquan here with DeyquanBowens.com, here to help musicians take their playing to the next level. In this video, I want to talk to you guys about CCM. Most gospel musicians who play CCM say that CCM is easy. And if you're talking from a place of notes, right? Yes, CCM is easier than gospel, but CCM is so much deeper than that. And what I found that is when people play gospel has more notes. So sometimes you can get away with imperfections, right? Because there's so much content going on musically, right? But with CCM, there's a lot less going on and it makes the notes more valuable. A lot of musicians just don't know how to be intentional. All right, I just want to clear something up. Intentional does not mean simple. Intentional means playing something on purpose and getting the desired result. All right? Just wanted to clear that up before y'all start wilding in the comments. and I think when gospel musicians play CCM, it exposes how unintentional their playing is. They just play things like random things and they think, oh, if I do more, that means you sound better. And that's far from the truth. One isn't better than the other. It's just what's appropriate for that time, right? So for example, like we're gonna be in the key of G. All right, so I want y'all to be better in 2021, right? It's no excuse to still be trash on your instrument, especially when you got great channels like mine to help you. I'm just gonna play diatonic notes in the key of G, which means I'm just gonna play the notes in the scale, right? Right. Right? Sounds great. It's just triads, right? But I know my instrument enough to be able to voice these chords in a way that sounds sophisticated. And I know how to use the chords in root position and make those sound great because it's more than the notes, right? Most people play piano and they have a pad, right? So I had this regular pad. And when a lot of people play CCM, they just hold a power chord in their left hand, C, G, C, C, D, wait, G, D, G, right? They'll do that, and then they'll kind of just play triads or a sus chord or whatever, and just kind of alternate between the 1 and the 4. So we're in the 1, which is G, and then go to the 4, and they go to the 1. Well, of course that's boring, right? Because when people say, oh, play simple, simple doesn't mean less notes, right? Sometimes it just means chords that just simpler chords. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to play less notes. Just play simpler chords that's easier to digest, right? And when someone is talking, sometimes certain chords could get in the way, right? I'm telling you, this is a big money maker. I'm not saying you're gonna make more money playing CCM versus gospel, but knowing how to adjust to the situation, right? So here's a simple way to sound better with CCM. Just change the pad sound, right? So I changed to a pad sound that has more movement and more sonic information, right? I just played a chord, a simple chord, a C sus2, right? The pad is doing all the work. And immediately it sounds way better, right? So now I don't even have to go out the key. I can just do notes inside the key, right? 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 And because this pad is going on and the pad is busy, I mean, it's not in the way, but it's busy because compared to the other pad, to the simpler pad. right? So because the pad is busy, I don't have to do more. I can play around with it. And that you hear those notes? It's continuing to go, so it forces me to stay in the key, because if I go out of the key, it could get a little muddy, right? So pads like this force me to stay in the key, right? And sometimes those limitations make better music, right? Very cinematic, right? Right, and you know, in gospel, when we get to the flat 5, we do a diminished chord. When I'm playing CCM and I play that flat 5, I do a half step. So I do a 1. So let me just play it. Right, sometimes when you play the 5, you play the 1 chord over the 5. I just take this voicing, bring it down a half step. And I find like that's less of a distraction in CCM versus a diminished chord. If you truly want to be successful as a musician, you have to get out of your own box, right? And I think sometimes us pro level musicians, myself included, we put this persona out that you got to do a lot to get noticed, right? And we don't really show you what it really takes to go to that next level and to be a marketable musician who actually can get paid from their instrument, right? A lot of times we just show you all the fancy stuff, but we don't really show you what we do to actually get paid, to get gigs and keep gigs, right? So, and this is an example, like being able to be intentional about what you're playing, knowing when to use a major triad, know when to use a major 7, know when to add a major 7 flat 5. That all comes from experience and putting yourselves in different scenarios and respecting the scenario that you're on. I'm really serious about helping musicians take their playing to the next level in 2021 and beyond. And if you want to take your playing to the next level and go further and more in depth, consider joining DB Music Academy, my online music platform where I'm helping musicians go to that next level. We have an online community that's thriving, and they'll be along on the journey to help you take your plan to that next level. All right, if you really want to take your plan to the next level, and if you're serious about growth, join the academy. I promise you, you won't regret it. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.